Hello, I think I'm here. Welcome or welcome back. Just quick little bits of housekeeping. If you are hearing this part on YouTube in the future, this is the full VOD. So I am hopefully within a week of these getting the VOD up, the full stream unedited. Hopefully, you know, I'll have a nice little highlight reel ready for everybody real soon. So if you're not looking to catch every single moment, gloriously boring moment, definitely check out the channel page. But otherwise, hello, here we are. We are back in Obey the RCIville. I am May. I play games slowly, and this is something that I came up with that I am calling my One Road RCI challenge. So basically, I've got a few rules. Um, I am doing one road. I am allowing roundabouts because I do want to have a functional city. I am going solely by what the RCI meter tells me to do. So down there in the bottom right, if it wants residential as it does now, that's what we're building. Also, as buildings kind of fail, because it hasn't happened yet, because we haven't reached that first milestone, population milestone yet. But when it does, people are going to pop up complaining, and with very, very good reason. If I pop into this info views, I can show you guys. We've got a little pollution problem coming down the pike at like 90 miles an hour head on. So right now, before you hit the milestones that give you the services that people could complain about, they won't complain about it. So right now they're not complaining about their bad health and high death rate because I can't give them clinics yet. So it's this nice kind of idyllic time. But anyways, as they go about complaining about it and buildings fail and get abandoned, I am going ahead and just dezoning the whole wow, there I am tripping over my words. Obviously bulldozing the house or business, but also going ahead and dezoning where that property was to kind of reset the real estate. Every 10 years in game, right now it's 2026, a little bit in the future there, but every 10 years in game, I'm going to be going back in and doing what I call an urban renewal. So all of those properties that have been dezoned, we're going to go back in, of course, following the RCI meter and rebuild and kind of see how the city sort of course corrects itself. It's a little bit of an experiment. Also, I am playing on vanilla City Skylines the first on Xbox. I don't have any mods because Xbox, but if you want to try this challenge and you feel like modding it, don't worry, you're not gonna you're not gonna break my heart or offend me or anything. But for this challenge, it's no mods, but expansion packs are okay. So I guess that is the long and the short of it. Right now, oh, there we go. We have a new house just popping up, the Sycamore residence. Lovely. Yeah, and right now I'm just kind of, I hope I didn't forget any of the rules. If they come up and I realize that I have, of course, I'll fill you in. But yeah, right now we're just kind of enjoying this beautiful sunny day on the hill. Oh, Julie Williams, Teflon coated underwear sell like hotcakes. Straps required to keep said underwear in place. Hashtag non-stick pants. That's actually a pretty funny one. But yeah, I am desperately trying to get to the first population milestone. It's going to give the little yay. Don't be shocked by that. There it is. It's anticipatory. We haven't reached that milestone yet. It's just letting us know what it's going to sound like when we do. But yeah, I'm desperately trying to reach this 440 today. I want to get that garbage systems up and running. I want to give them a school. I want to give them a clinic. And then I want to watch it all burn to the ground. No, not really. But we're definitely going to have people moving out once they do have access to healthcare and are able to complain about that. So we're sitting pretty at 334 population right now. That's not horrible. Got a healthy residential demand. And what I'm really excited about, this kind of happened late last stream. I was I was happy to see someone in chat, so I kind of got distracted. But we're making a profit, everybody. Isn't that awesome, dude? We're plus 69. Nice. So that's pretty sweet. We were in the red for quite a while there, but this is nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and give the Sycamore residents some neighbors right there. I'm also looking forward to getting the access to landscaping. That's not going to happen for a while. That's a full 1,400 population. But I love filling in the open areas with trees and little interesting visual details. That'll be fun. But yeah, anyways, here we are. It's a good day to slowly build a city. Mick. Hello, Mick. We got Mick in chat, everybody. It's a good day. No, don't worry. Don't worry about it. I would rather the distraction. How are you? How's your wife? How are things? Yes, and for the record, also, I would always rather be distracted than have things go as I planned them initially. So it was a good surprise. No, it's a pretty good day over here. How are you? Say hi to your wife for me, by the way. Of course. Yeah, things are good, but they're not too exciting over here. I just had a few hours to kill, and I want to keep up on this. It was really hard. I really wanted to load up this city like late last night, but we're in a small place and I can't just be talking to myself in the middle of the night. Well, talking into a headphone, not talking to myself. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I woke up and I was like, I got to stream so that I can play my city. Ooh, pardon me. Everything is good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. How am I? How does my neck feel? Really good. Neck feels really good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I made it a little bit over 2 hours last stream with the headset on. And that didn't bother me at all, actually. Well, that's not entirely true. I had to take a little bit of Advil afterwards. But a little bit of anti-inflammatory and everything was right as rain. Was able to do everything the next day too. So it seems like it's working. It seems like I'm back at it and it's going well. Today I probably let me see, what time is it? Today I'm probably going to be on for hopefully around 2 hours. If I can hit 2.5 hours today, that would be great. But I do have my job as well coming up later today. So sadly I have to put the gaming set down, and now that I'm healthy enough to work again, I have to actually go do that, which honestly it's really nice. It's really nice. But yeah, I'm doing good. We're just having another hot day here. How are you? What's new? Are you on your vacation time yet? I know you got 3 weeks that you're taking off to go do honeymoony things, but I don't know if that started yet or not. And also, I do not know that industrial property is not wanting to pop up. We'll get it to pop up. It'll do its thing. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Ye old box factory. And actually, I'm just curious too. I'm just gonna, oh, look at all the cars coming in. Oh man, it's like a flood of new people. Sweetness. Okay, let me just see here. Oh, geez. Okay, that's a lot more arrows than I expected to see. That is a bunch of people moving in. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see where they're all going. Coming up the hill. Okay, so most of this looks like houses that are repopulating with new people moving in, and that's all right. That's all right. That is just going to have to kind of be part of the ebb and flow of the city till I get those clinics in. Oh, you are so sweet. Your next comment just came in. Yeah, I will. It's true. It's true. No, don't worry. Don't worry. I won't push myself to the point of hurting myself. That would be counterproductive. But I appreciate that. Yeah, I think for me I'm I don't know. I've never been a distance runner, but I imagine that if I was, I'd probably try to do, if I was trying to work myself up to a marathon, which, I'm not. Even in streaming terms, I'm not trying to do a marathon or anything. Um, but I think it's like I think my brain is very focused on trying to just get a little bit better every time, if that makes sense. So like with physical therapy, I got really into, oh, I can do a heavier weight this day. This is the week that I graduate to a heavier free weight or more resistance on the little stretchy resistance bands that they give you. And so with this, I think I'm kind of like, I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to be like someone that gets on and stays on for like hours and hours and hours. But if I can keep the headset on for a few hours, I know I'll at least be able to go as long as I want at any given time. But that's valuable advice though that you gave there, because I tend to get a little competitive with myself. So it's always good to keep that in perspective. Thank you. See, we got the Primrose residence here. And you know what? It's probably also time for some new road. Very exciting. Just pop it up here. I think if I can kind of get it up here and then angle it that way, we won't lose too much area to the steepness. What time is it in my area? It is almost 10 a.m. It is almost 10 a.m. I am in the mountain time zone. We are the time zone that most often gets overlooked here. Everything tends to be for coastal time, but yeah, it is almost 10 a.m. So still mid-morning. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm in Colorado. Um, yeah, didn't grow up here, but it called to me as soon as I saw it and got here. I was like, oh shoot, man, this is uncomfortable. I feel like I'm cheating with my hometown. Yeah, and I was talking with my fiance the other night, and I know your general area, but I forgot exactly um where you are as well. And I don't want to like here. I don't want to like completely embarrass myself by making a bad guess. Um, but if I'm remembering at all, and please forgive me if I'm not, but I would put you somewhere between Austria on the left and Moldova on the right. So I can't quite remember if it was Serbia or anyways, I please forgive me if I don't remember exactly. Estonia. Okay, okay, okay. Did I get at least the right region of the world? Not really, not really. No, well, maybe I did. It is to the east of Austria and to the west of. That's right. Now I'm remembering because that's okay. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Yep, bit north where the Baltics are. Exactly. Exactly. Which I'm always so surprised that that is as close as it is to what is it? Is it Finland or the Netherlands? It's like literally right north of you. Yeah, yeah, Finland. Finland is right to the north, and I don't know exactly where you are, but it's just like I'm sure like you just got a body of water separating you from Helsinki, depending on where you are. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. No, thank you for jogging my memory. I'm gonna have to. Man, I want to do so much more traveling in my life. We'll get there. But yeah. So gosh, what time is it there? It's got to be, are you like 9 or 10 hours ahead of me? Because I know, hmm, anyways, I'm not good at math, but 7 p.m. Oh, okay. So yeah, you're 9 hours ahead. Okay, that's not a bad approximation by just like counting a few hours to the east. Oh, nice. So it's nice, relaxing nighttime, hopefully. Well, I know at 7 p.m. our time, the sun isn't down yet, so it's probably not like night where you are, probably evening. That's nice. No, it's pretty nice here. It's a nice day. Um, we we luck out. We've got the altitude going for us because we're in the mountains. We're uh just right next to the Rockies. And it really is nice. I like this season. It's technically monsoon season for us, which just basically means, expect a thunderstorm every day. But I love it. It keeps the humidity down. Where I grew up, I was right on the coast, and in the summer, the heat just moved in and then never cooled down. With us here, with the kind of high plains and mountains, it gets really, really hot during the day, but then sunset comes and everything just cools off so nicely. It's good for sleeping. So-called white nights ending. Oh, tell me about the white nights. Does that have to do with the length of the days, or is it something totally different? I'm so curious. My brain is like giving explanations, but they're probably very, very far. Still kind of evening at 11 p.m. Yeah. I don't think that modern maps do a great job of representing longitude because if I look, it looks like you're just kind of straight east to me on a global map, but you've got to be much farther towards the north. Um, and you guys aren't, well, I don't know. Are you guys in a spot where you get the whole midnight sun where it just doesn't it never gets dark, or is it just such short nights? being a little stubborn with that residential. That probably should have been an industrial, but I'm making the call. And then on the flip side too, I'm thinking it must get dark super early in the winter, huh? The earliest the sun ever sets around here is like 4:00 p.m. But yeah, I'm just thinking if you've got the long daytimes, you've also got to have the long night times as a flip side. That's so cool. I think it's cool. I don't know. I haven't experienced it, so it probably just seems cool because it's different to me, but I think it's cool. Yeah, Europe is much farther north than the US. Yep. Yep. Ah, yes, the Gulf Stream. No, it does. That brings you guys, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember, that brings you the more mild temperate air, right? That's why you got good living ground. That didn't really make sense. That's not even a phrase. I'm just I'm thinking of like I don't know, if you're looking at like an overhead map or like good resources, temperate climate and all that. It's dark at 3:30 in January. No kidding. Holy cow. That's early. It's not that far off, but psychologically it makes a difference, you know. You just look at the clock and it's 3:45 and sunset's going on already. Well, sunset's already done at that rate. Holy cow. How do you like that? I mean, I'm sure it's just kind of, it's your normal. But I know around here, I have some good friends that they, it's kind of harder in the dark months. They got the whole seasonal affective disorder. Um, I'm kind of, I don't know if it's my ADHD or just my disposition and kind of personality. But for me, it's like my brain doesn't see the darkness as much as it sees all the sparkly lights that everybody puts up. And I just kind of fixate on that. Worse in Finland. Yeah, makes people really depressed. Yeah, I'm sure it must. Well, because it's not like it's dark and warm out. You also must be very limited in how much time you can spend outside. And, that helps mindset and activity levels and all that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Now I know Russia is a very large a very large country. Is your wife going to have an adjustment period or is she somewhat acclimated to it? Or who knows, depending on where she was living, she might be getting more daylight now that she's moved. Pull up another residential. And don't mind me, I'm just checking this real quick. Okay. This is a little bit frustrating, but we're going to get past it. It's just we keep having this happen with the with the deaths. And I think that that is why the population is not growing. And because the population is not growing, I'm not able to put in the hospitals. Oh, here we go. You guys are from similar longitude. Nice, nice. Not that big. I have to find an accurate map. I do. Actually, I think, see, now you got me thinking. Yeah, the Mercator map makes it bigger than the African continent, which it's absolutely not. Yeah, I think I might have even seen, I can't remember if it was like a short on YouTube or even a TikTok, but I think someone had found like a real size map where you can actually like click on the country and drag it to compare it. And I don't remember what it was that they were clicking and dragging, but it was ridiculous seeing the size discrepancy. I got to look more into that. That's just blowing my mind. Because, yeah, I think growing up here, we're kind of conditioned and, probably not correctly. But we're conditioned to think that like Russia and China are just unimaginably and threateningly huge. Which, I mean, I was born during the Cold War, so that sort of makes some sense. You want the public to have certain ingrained opinions about what, as politicians, you might have at stake, but it does a disservice if you ask me. Like that doesn't give people an accurate worldview. It doesn't give them an accurate view of their place in the world. I wonder sometimes if some of the people that live in my country that have large egos that might be a little bit larger than facts would suggest it should be. I wonder sometimes how much of that is just like a product of how wonderful they've been told they are and how much we're prevented sometimes from seeing what else is out there. I don't know. Uh-oh, what was your oops? Oh no, is it censoring you? It shouldn't be censoring you. Let me check. If you're trying to say something that it's not letting you say, let me know. Somebody was talking about creep clusters. Okay, Sophie girl, let's not, sorry, the dog is barking. Sophie, let's do good quiet. No, let me know, Mick, if that's not letting you say a word that you should be able to say. Let me know. I'm going into like my mod settings and I'm not the best with it yet. Oh no, I can't receive links. Okay, let me see if I can change any settings here. Well, that's good to know, because then I can if I have to go between streams and figure out how to do that. The truesize.com, that's exactly what it was. That is exactly the map that I saw. Thank you. Thank you. Sophie, are there people outside doing normal neighbor things that they're perfectly allowed to do? Yeah, is that what's going on? Do you want to come hang out in the bedroom with me? I'm just streaming. Mix here. We're hanging out. Do you want to come? You want to come in the bedroom? It's a little quieter in there if you want. Come this way. Come on, pup. Trying to convince the dog that the quieter room is the better room to hang out in, but probably not to her, because she is wanting to hear all of the to-do. Hey, Sophie, sweetie. Hey, pup. You want to come up on the bed? Come up on the bed. Yeah, the truesize.com is exactly what it was. Oh, you want to come up here with me? Come up on the couch? Thank you, sweetie. There we go. We got Sophie. Sophie is in the house. Yes. No, I'm going to have to play around on that. And sorry, I just I just waxed political, but I try not to do that. I'm definitely, I don't know. I definitely don't fit into I don't fit into a lot of the political boxes here currently, and I definitely don't. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna step away because I have known people with many different leanings and different opinions about things, but when it all comes down to it, like honestly, like everybody I've ever met wants a world in which they can feel okay about who they are and where their family is safe. You know, that's about what it all comes down to. And yeah, anyways, I'm not going to get too far into it. Sometimes a couple of subs on Reddit. I just found Reddit. I really didn't know how much fun Reddit was. Reddit, I like Reddit. Reddit is like social media's like cool sibling that like doesn't take themselves too seriously. The amount of times that I have just like cried laughing on Reddit is great. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe I should be picking a lane more, but I don't know. I uh, I was I was raised. I was I was raised it and this is not to have any commentary on this subject either, but I was raised really religiously, and I took everything really literally until I got older. And I don't know, I mean, just like being good to fellow human beings always really seemed like a solid idea. And you know, past that, like, I don't really, I don't really, there's never really been anybody that I couldn't get along with because of their, um, you know, how they identify themselves. Oh, talking about egos. Yes, please please help me. I'm going down slippery slopes here. Probably haven't seen these two subs or, oh, I'm going to get into both of those. Here, I'm taking a screenshot of my phone. Okay, see that first one, US defaultism? That second one's going to be funny and ignorant. I can already tell you that that one is going to make me really happy. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm going to dive into those. Thank you. See, I think the US defaultism is going to address that like really well just by the title of the sub. It sounds exactly like that tree that I was barking up. And like personally it drives me crazy because like I don't know. I'm big on like truth, you know? It's I have a I don't know. I've got a lot of diagnoses for my brain that I don't like to get into because I was raised at a time when they have stigma, but I don't understand. I don't understand most people's, and I think it's just a human nature thing that I lack. But for me, if I learn something that is contrary to what I've been told, and I learn that what the new stuff that I've been told is true, my brain just is relieved that I was corrected. You know, I don't have kind of that confirmation bias that I'm always looking for because, oh, we need more electricity. That's really exciting. Because my brain never forms emotional attachments to my thoughts and opinions, if that makes sense. So for me, it can sometimes, when I was younger, it would get me in trouble because socially it just doesn't interface very well. But as I've grown up, I've felt lucky because, you know, you can be kind of brainwashed socially when you're a child, and then as you grow up, if you've got that confirmation bias, everything that you see in your society will kind of just make that a stronger impulse. And for me, it's just like, okay, let's toss out the old bad facts and let's just replace it with the good new facts. Um, but I know that that's not how the average brain operates, and that's okay. There's stuff to be learned from, you know, having a defective brain that doesn't have a healthy sense of ego or a healthy sense of like, you know, attachment to ideas. And there's stuff to be learned from the brains that do have that. Um, it would probably feel a lot more secure going through the day to day if you had that kind of strong blind conviction in something. But here we go. I gotcha. Okay. Ability to surf internet can cure many misconceptions. Yep. People on forums mostly tell how things are. Exactly. See, and that's I think what also really frustrates me sometimes that I see happen societally is that, like, yeah, people on anonymous forums, what is there? And I have heard the counter arguments for that too, but it just, if you take it by Occam's razor, it just doesn't make a lot of sense that people are going on to these anonymous public forums and misrepresenting their stories. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that that does happen. There's probably, people that, well, there's catfishes and stuff like that. And there's probably people that it gives them some sort of a dopamine hit from going and spreading lies about what's going on. But you're absolutely right. Like, I really do firmly believe that the majority of the people, when they go on and speak their truth, they're just literally speaking their truth. And for me, I'm just kind of like, well, why wouldn't I believe them? You know, like, why wouldn't, I don't know. I think people get a little bit too caught up in, and I don't know, maybe biologically this is even a thing, but maybe there's like some sort of positive feedback loop from stirring up an argument. Yes, exactly. No, I just saw your new comment. Lying is too energy consuming. It is. Um, I think, like all kids, I went through a phase of like, oh, will this work if I tell my teacher this and I do that? But it takes so much brain power to just remember what the lie was, reinforce it, worry about it. Then, you get the sleepless nights, like with stuff just going in your head, hoping that somebody doesn't say the wrong thing to somebody else. It just, yeah, the path of least resistance is just to be truthful. I agree with you. For a split second, my eyes are very bad. For a split second, when I looked down, I thought you had typed out living is too energy consuming, and I was just going to be like, oh, you have no idea. All the calories we need to burn. No. No, lying is too energy consuming. No, I'm gonna have to check out those Reddit subs. Um, right now on Reddit, what has pulled me in? The Persona 3 sub has pulled me deep, deep, deep in. Also, I mean, I'm probably gonna sound like a baby Reddit user saying this, but No Stupid Questions I really like. That has been really lovely to look through. Trying to think what other subs I'm in. Well, of course, find the sniper. You gotta find the frog in the picture sometimes. But yeah, no, thanks for those recommendations. I took a screenshot and I'm definitely gonna after this. Yeah, no stupid questions. Yep, yep. I that's probably exactly what it is. Yep, yep. Let me see. Actually, let me see if I can multitask. I can tell you what comes up on my Reddit these days. Oh, Bob's Burgers. Definitely part of the Bob's Burgers Reddit, and also Facepalm. Not face. I'm not doing good with pronunciation. Facepalm. Um, that's a good one too. Oh, Sophie, Sophie. This is very important. Okay, I am waiting. I gotcha. Or is this is very important, the Reddit thread. Either way, I am clocking it and as very important. No, and please take this as a compliment. And if you got disconnected or anything, don't worry. Um I come from a family and also a part of the world where if we're joking around a little bit and if we're giving somebody like a friendly hard time, don't worry. It's a sign of goodwill and of affection. But man, I wish that I could generate tension and anticipation like you just did with that last sentence. This is very important. You have me literally like glued to my chat screen, being like, oh no, what is very important? And then in the back of my head, I'm going like, oh no, is that the name of the thread? Or is like, are you over there and about to tell me something that's just gonna like blow open society and they're on to you and they just disconnected your internet and now I'll never know? Um, but I am here and I'm curious. Very curious. Oh, here you are. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here we go. In school, when the teacher explained something, after explanation, she asked if everyone understood the material. And if someone dared to say that didn't, more fresh explanation usually followed or something similar. So everyone learned that you must catch everything on first glance. That's not fair. That's not, yeah. And don't worry, don't take what I had just said too seriously. I don't want you to feel rushed. I want you to take all the time because this is very important. You're not wrong. No, and if there is more, I am just gonna wait patiently, but just to put the note in that you've got me thinking about all the different ways that we're just conditioned not to question things as we develop. Yep, that's a disservice, honestly. Oh, you don't even run for the bus. Good, good, good. That makes me happy. Good, 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 good. Oh, I did not mean to do that. That probably will end up being that, but still like that. Well, good. I'm glad I didn't make you nervous by talking over while you were typing. I can't tell if there's one or two there. Oh, we'll just do that. That's okay. No, and you've just got my brain going. I love these thoughts that you're sparking in my brain right now. It really does. Yeah. Yeah, and even, I'm sure it's not like this in every household, but it was like that in school for me. You go over it really quickly, and if you ask for any more help, you just get met with frustration. And then that makes you not want to ask anymore. Um, you fast forward a few more years and you're not questioning what society is doing all of a sudden. Some classes teacher even told if he should repeat for the special ones. Aw, that is not an effective way to help people grow at all. Don't make them feel bad about needing extra time. Hmm. Yeah, that just, oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, the school that I went to when I was in elementary school, it changed when I was in second grade, so about 7 or 8 years old. But the first few years there, the nuns still had the whole corporal punishment thing going. So I remember just being absolutely traumatized, and I've worked through it. But like if kids asked too many questions, if they didn't do well enough on their tests, if they were turning in work late, they would get hit. They would get physically hit while the teacher was telling the class how awful they were, basically, and how stupid they were and how they didn't work hard enough and all that. And then there was a literal dunce cap, like you see in the days of old. And they were made to sit on a stool at the front of the class in a corner, wearing a hat that said that they were stupid. And it's a disservice because even if you're not having problems with school, that climate teaches you don't stand out, follow the rules, don't question anything. You know, it makes you afraid of authority. It makes you afraid to express yourself. And it's just not right. Um, when I hit third grade, things were very different because a few of the parents heard what was going on and they they made changes happen. But it's just sad, like you go into your adulthood then closed off. Um, but not only closed off, but conditioned to not re-examine, stuff that you've previously been told and learned and stuff. Wow. Well, that's it. I need to know. We got to start a revolution. We got to change the world through streaming. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I probably just got flagged somewhere for saying that, but that's okay. No, it's really fun right now. I've got well, they're about to be legally my nephews, but I already consider them my nephews. I've got two 15-year-old nephews. And oh boy, some of the debates that come up. I love having younger minds around me because they haven't been conditioned to not try to change things yet. You know what I mean? And I try to keep my brain pretty fresh and guarded against that because, that's when we stop making progress as people, you know, as a species globally. Um, but yeah, anyways. And oh my gosh, that caught me by surprise. I just looked down. We're already at 4:15. This is very exciting. Very exciting. And don't worry, Mick, I am still listening, even though I just started monologuing. Don't worry. I am definitely still here. Oh wow. Noisy. Quiet. Noisy. Quiet. I gotta stop doing that. That's gonna get annoying even to me. Nah, this is just random game thoughts. This is a nice house right here. It's a pity it's gonna be filled with pollution momentarily, but that would be a lovely property. Just a nice view down the hill, nice view up the slope, and then just highway as far as the eye can see. Oh, you're good. Don't even worry about it. I'm still trying to I'm kind of socially awkward to begin with. So I'm never sure in this whole streaming situation if I should like address things or just kind of chill and let it go and don't even mention it. So I'm figuring it out. Figuring out what is like normal, you know. But yeah, no, I don't think I don't think I expect I know a lot of the times that I'm able and I have free time to watch streams, I'm usually doing at least one other thing. Like not in a preoccupied way, but I'll be getting chores done around the house and have the stream on and have it nice background noise and uh, you know, just kind of have it keeping me company. So just because I do that, I don't know if that's what other people do. It it could be very different for most people, but for me, yeah, exactly. Chill and get comfortable. Exactly. That's what I do. But there's been enough times in my life that what I do is so drastically different from what I've seen other people do. So nah, thanks though. Thanks for you're very reassuring. You very much are. You've got a very nice energy about you that way. I personally appreciate it. Um I'm pretty good at telling myself it's okay, don't worry. You didn't do anything that bad, but it's just also always nice to get that reinforced socially, you know what I mean? Yeah, and this is I'm keeping most of it in my head but I am geeking out so hard on what's happening right here too with this hill. I don't know why it delights me to see the different ways that they kind of insert the properties into the hill. But this is exciting. This is very exciting for me. Also, I really think, I don't know, man. I think I might hit that 440 today. We just had a huge population drop off. Here, let me go to this menu. Yeah, see that big spike? There we just had a nice drop off, but it is steadily climbing. I think we're gonna get there. I'll try not to scream loudly into the microphone when it happens. No, yeah, here's why my brain gets delighted. It sees this, and I start going, oh, is the house going to be in the front square, or is it going to be in the back square? Is it going to flatten it completely, or is it going to be like one of those crazy bumpy front yards? Oh, little property develop. Big Bad Dirty Dog, happy Wednesday! Happy Wednesday. Here, if you are still here, a long time ago, you gave me a shout out, and I think I figured out how to repay the favor. So please let me know if I did this the right way. Because I always kind of ramble a little bit about how you're awesome and you're a great streamer and your community's awesome, and all of that. But I'm going to do a little test. Mick is also here. Mick, if you don't mind me trying to learn how to be a better streamer, I'm trying to give Big Bad Dirty Dog a shout out. And let's see if I did it. Okay, so that didn't happen how I thought it would, but shout out to Big Bad Dirty Dog. Great person, great community, lovely streams. Check them out. If you are one of the future people seeing this, it is Big Bad Dirty Dog, Twitch. They're great. And Mick, by the way, I think you said that you used to stream. If you ever are currently streaming, let me know, because I'd love to come support you as well, and all of that. But yeah, I figured out how to do the shout out. I also thought that I was going to give it a little text saying check out their content, they're awesome. But yeah. And actually, well, maybe you guys can help me. Is it inappropriate to just shout out chat members? Because now I want to shout you out as well, Mick. You know what? I'm going to do it anyways. And if if this is, we're just going to consider it learning. But oh no, wait, what? I need to wait 48 seconds before giving another shout out? Okay, Twitch. I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting. But yeah, if you know, let me know kind of what the God, I can't think of the word for it. What the conventions around shout outs and stuff are. Cuz I don't know. I want to get better. I just want to get better, Doc. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That industrial hasn't developed yet? That's okay. Okay. Yeah, and happy Wednesday to you as well. Yeah, how are you? We're just in here chit-chatting a little bit. If you guys haven't met, congratulations. You're now mutual friends because, well, I guess I'm a mutual friend because I know both of you. But yeah. Yeah, and also Big Bad, I have some free time tonight. I don't know if you've got a stream that you're planning on doing tonight. But long story short, I'm just getting my kind of full-time schedule back at work and stuff. So it's good. You tend to stream more evening time in my part of the world, and that is now when I'm going to be free. So for a while, I had to put a lot of time into just kind of feeling better before I could get out and work. But these days, it's a lot easier. So yeah, so hopefully when I get that pop up, you'll see me in your chat room as well. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. And yeah, you guys, please let me know if it's like inappropriate, like to shout out just your favorite um, chat members. But we're gonna give Mick a shout out if I can. There we go. Shout out to, I'm gonna butcher it. Maybe I might butcher it. Mick Smite? Mick Smeet? I just know him as Mick, and he's been great company. So yeah, I guess let me know if I just broke all of the unwritten rules about Twitch and shout outs by doing that. But I don't know. I appreciate you. I really do. I don't know. I don't have that much going on in my life. I mean, I do. I'm planning a wedding and a trip because we're not getting married here where we live. We've got big travel associated with it. So there actually is a lot going on in my life, but my brain has a lot of bandwidth. So I think about the people that I come across in here and in other streams and stuff. It's, yeah, it's really cheesy, but it's true. Okay. It's just true. But yeah. Man, I really want to hit that 400 today. It looked so easy from the beginning of this. And now it feels so far away, but that is all right. Ooh, that did just pop up though. Let's see. The Lafayette residence. Hello, Lafayette residence. And actually, I do want to check as well. Just okay, that's not too bad. I'm looking at the workers info over there on the left. 262 to 333. I mean, that's still like what, 70 some jobs to fill, but hopefully what that stat will do is drive the residential demand, and we'll get to that 440 because it's going to be such a train wreck as soon as they start having the ability to complain about their health. Yeah, this right here. This is the problem that I'm really looking forward to solving in the near future. Essentially all of those red properties are going to give up the ghost and be moving on. This is going to be an absolute mess, and I kind of can't wait. But for now, we're just building it. Okay, looks like we got that guy moved in. Let's see who moves in over here. Yeah, we're not quite there yet, but someday there will definitely be streams where, I don't know, it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. I like doing it in RPGs as well, but we'll pick a residence and we'll follow them around for the day. So we'll spend a day with, for example, Charles Jackson here. I know I just saw there was I don't know if they were like a streamer or content creator or whatever, but I read an article on it. I want to go find the video, but it looks like they had some fun following around Skyrim NPCs, which I have been known to do. It's meditative, kind of like I find this game to be a little bit meditative, if that makes sense. And actually, I think it was Mick who first used the word meditative for this. So credit where due, of course. Also, sadly, my belly just rumbled. I don't I'm always sad when that happens because it means that I have completely neglected to feed myself, and that's okay. It's not like we don't have food here, but it's always just a little reminder of how much I'm missing while my brain is doing other things. I also want to check out, yeah, because this is the pollution that is driving those health problems. I'm curious. I betcha, just looking ahead before we actually run the simulation, I am thinking probably like maybe these 3 properties here. Well, maybe not that one. That's pretty polluted. But these guys might be sort of the original households that might be able to stay. We might have a little pocket right here, but oh no, this is all my commercial stuff that I got all jazzed about last time. Yeah, because usually when I do this RCI demand way of playing, I get like 1 commercial building and then I don't see another commercial demand for like years and years and years in game. So this really got me excited, but that is already filled in. That's not even going to be houses to relocate. Those buildings those commercial buildings will just be fine. Yeah, this is all. We're going to have to relocate all of those residents. And going up here, we're going to have a nice little pocket here, hopefully. No, actually, this is all going to turn into industrial eventually. That's okay. It's part of the fun. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. See, and now that it's light enough, this is what I was saying. Like, they put this house on a whole riser and kind of just built it into the side there. That's so much fun. That's so much fun. I need to learn more coding. I know basic stuff. Basic stuff in basic languages, but I would love to be able to like look up the code of the game and see how the algorithm like determines how things get adjusted for terrain and such. Probably a nice string of if-thens and booleans, but I'm always curious. Okay, and I am honestly, this has been a lot of fun. I'm very, very antsy to get to that 440. And also, I am seeing a certain sweet pupper dog that is due. Probably going to give this another, if I can get another half hour in, I'll be really happy. That would be lovely. But definitely going to have to start thinking about making these goals for next stream, unfortunately. That's all right. You know, I didn't realize until I like started listening back for editing purposes how many times I say, "Oh, that's all right." It's probably how I cope with most things in life. It's just going, you know what, we'll figure it out. It'll be all right. Cool, cool, cool. We got the Williams family moving in here. Oh yeah, they're moving into my cool architecturally happy house. Uneducated adults, ready to wear. That's lovely. I guess what I'm hoping is that we just get a nice little block of residential up here before that industrial demand spikes again. Because at some point there is going to have to be... The city's going to have to give itself a little bit of room away from the polluting industries. Later game, it's not going to be so bad. We can get those education levels up, get the land value up, start doing the IT clusters, even just a factory like this, once it's at its highest level, It'll be a lot less pollution, a lot more livable areas of the city. Sweet, sweet. We got a sunrise on the horizon. Speaking of Horizon, that's a game that I gotta get way more into. Horizon Zero Dawn to that whole thing. Started playing it, really loved it, really, really loved it. And then I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly what happened. But it's one of those games, especially with why is that giving me feedback? Especially with the way that you're not just inputting commands for attacks like in a JRPG, but actually doing like the control-based combat. That's one of those games for me. If I put it down too long, I don't remember anything. I am firing my weapon when I'm trying to crouch. I'm crouching when I'm trying to get into my equipment menu. I'm definitely not holding my own in battle anymore. Yeah, maybe I should start a new save and get that going again. I didn't get too far into it either. I hadn't even left the first kind of map area. In very me fashion, I think if I'm getting it wrong, correct me or forgive me, either way. But is it the Proving? If you've played it before, your character is, getting ready for some sort of ritual contest among the youth. And I'm sure that there's going to be a story beat where you're in the middle of that, and then they have their bum bum bum, everything changes kind of moment. But if a game kind of ever hints to me to be extra prepared because something big is coming up, that is basically a moment for me to go into absolute paralysis. Because I will be like, oh, I need to be prepared. Okay, let me be fully stocked on all my medicinal healing items. Let me upgrade my weapons and armor the best that I can. Let me like make it so that every single attack is going to be second nature and just muscle memory. And I mean, that's great, but then you never actually get to that story beat where everything pays off. I should get back into that game. That would be a fun one to stream too, honestly. Yeah. Anyways. Man, everything looks so peaceful from up here. Well, a little smoggy, but peaceful. Just do a little flyby because it makes my brain happy. Whoop, around the corner that way. Whoop, around the corner that way. Oh man, I can't wait to see this area of the town like in 50 years in game time. I bet you it's going to be a really nice developed commercial industrial area. You know what, too? I never do this, but let me go ahead and make that building historical. Just because it's our first residence. See, here, this is interesting. This is interesting. I'm not going to get too deep into geeky game mechanics, but maybe a little bit deep. This is supporting my theory that people aren't living long enough to grow old and move out because of the pollution. Because this house right here, okay, let's just look at those stats. We've got 3 households, 3 seniors. That's about right for the amount of time that household has lived here. And this is just out of the pollution. Now, if I go to a similar house that's like literally right here, I bet you we see 0 seniors. Yep, there we go. 5 adults, 3 3 households, we've only got 2 in there. One of them hasn't even filled in or just is waiting to fill back in again. But yeah, I think that the health is so poor that people are literally just moving in, getting jobs, getting sick, getting 86'd by the game. And then it's just a new family that just kind of takes their place, and it's just rinsing and repeating it, which is why. Oh, yeah. Sorry, just got distracted by chat. Thank you, Big Bad Dirty Dog. I hope I did that the right way. You are also awesome as always. Have fun with the rest of your day. If you're popping in to say be well till I see you again. And yeah, I'm gonna try to pop over. I know I've got some free time tonight, so when I see your alert come on, I'll be there shortly after, even if it's just for a little bit. You are also awesome as always. You take care. Be well. All of that. Yeah. Oh, my heart is so warm. I've got warm fuzzies and little goose pimples of happiness right now. It's so cheesy. Oh my God, I embarrassed myself. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. No, but regardless, this is we're gonna see. I'm gonna take a look at this household in particular. I'm also gonna make that historical because I want the hard data on how this population thing is happening. Yeah. Because I feel like I've been playing for long enough that I should have hit that 440. But sadly, I'm still waiting. No, and that's also why all these cars are just coming in. If it was a stabilized population, you would only have like that one newest household moving in. Meanwhile, I'm not building anything. That's okay. There we go. Okay, and I think I'm gonna round this out a little bit. I'm gonna give myself another 10 minutes. And then gosh, it's just gonna be time to walk the dog, get some food, some people food. And then got my work shift coming up. Yeah, it should be a pretty good day. It's already been a pretty good day. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is just crazy. It feels like I've been working on that for so long, and then I zoom out here and it's like nothing. It's literally just one little corner of the map. Ah, that's fun. That is fun. Do. No, and also just kind of dictating my thoughts about the game. It is almost 2027 in game, which is gonna, I don't know, that might be the thing that kind of gives us that little population boost, because my brain will do that thing where it's like, oh, time for some visual variety. And I'll start building the houses a little bit wider. That usually gives you more households and bigger influxes of people coming in. Yeah. Let's see if these guys are on their way yet. Nope. They'll be getting in shortly. And that'll be nice. And actually, I'm just going to check the total traffic too. Yeah. Yeah, those are all of those vehicles. All those purple arrows are the replacement residents is what I might start calling them. Because yeah, once you have health services, you really see that stabilize. Yeah, and I'm just looking at those little circular, like, terminus points. Looks like it's pretty well spread out, but more of them kind of up here in the high polluting areas than over here. Yeah, I don't know why my brain turns video games into like data analysis missions, but it does, and that's okay. Okay, we got that filled in, I believe. Yep, their household filled in completely. Let's plop another one. We'll see how it goes. And you know what? I think I'm going to start doing too. We do have that plus 148 there in the financial column. So I think it's probably about time to start slowly upgrading these roads. I don't want the increased maintenance costs to put us right back in the red, but I'll figure out kind of what time frame feels good. Paving a little bit of road once per game year. I mean, we're almost at that milestone, but that would happen so darn slowly. Maybe I'll just try and remember to do it, you know, once a game day, if that makes sense. Not like a calendar day, but a sunrise to sunset sort of interval. No, we did it, guys. We did it. We did it. We did it. We got to 440. We got to 440. Now it's going to be hard to stop playing because chaos is going to erupt. Oh, I am like up and running around my room right now. Well, not running. Running for me is like quickly bouncing around the room. But yes, we did it. We got taxes, we got loans, we got garbage, healthcare, education. Garbage, healthcare, education. Upset stomach, diarrhea. That will make sense if you live in a place in the world where you have Pepto-Bismol commercials. But oh my gosh, I'm excited. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Okay, so shoot. Now I'm not going to be able to stop playing because I'm going to be too into this. Okay, this is where this is going to hurt my soul. Because part of the challenge is just to obey the RCI meter. Mick, here you go. No, not really. Well, kind of. Oh no, am I wrapping up already? Kind of and not really. I was gonna give myself like another like 10, 15 minutes because the hunger has hit. But what just happened with hitting that milestone? Oh, this is gonna be really hard to put down now because it's about to get messy. It is about to get so messy that it should be playing football. Okay, here we go. Um, okay, I gotta focus. I gotta focus. I just got so excited that I can't even think straight. I have hit this milestone dozens of times, and now I'm just absolutely paralyzed. Okay, first things first. Um, the whole thing with building by the RCI graph is that right now, what everything in me that tells me about city planning, especially for games like these and their mechanics, is that I'd probably want to contain my pollution, find a nice little area over here, bulldoze a few buildings. Oh yeah, no, Mick, I am. I will here. Yes, I am doing a challenge. This is my own little psychotic brain making up a challenge. Um, but I am calling it my one road RCI challenge. So it's a one road challenge. And also I realized that I forgot to put a roundabout. I was going to put a roundabout at the corner. But you're good, Mick. You are good because you are introducing variables that my own brain couldn't have dreamt up. So yeah, basics of the challenge. I am doing one road, roundabouts are okay. I am building only according to the RCI graph. So if they want industrial, that's why I've got all of this industrial right next to the residential. I would never in a million years do that in a more planned city. I am also, as buildings become abandoned due to poor placement, which is happening all over the place right now. Um, I am waiting for them to go fully abandoned, and then I'm going to be bulldozing them and also dezoning the property. So it will kind of create empty areas. Um, that then the other rule is that every 10 years in game, I am going to be going ahead and going back to the beginning of the road and building according to the RC graph going down the road. So the basic feel of it is like, if it was real life, it would be a young city that wouldn't maybe have all the resources to do the best city planning, but over time, the city kind of course corrects, kind of evolves. Oh, RCI. This is back from just being an original SimCity player, and I do apologize. Residential, commercial, and industrial. So if you look at the green, well, right now there isn't a blue line, but there's also usually a blue line right there. In the bottom right-hand side of the screen, there are going to be that little box with the different colors, the red, blue, green, and then the 3 bars. That is the residential, commercial, and industrial indicator. And what I'm doing is just kind of building mindlessly based on that so that I get all of these crazy problems to fix further down the road, like right here, because they are not going to be happy. Also, this... Yeah, it is. But do you know what's here's kind of the fun and sad thing about it, is that this is just me kind of going public with how my brain dictates that I kind of play the game. Like, this is how it's naturally fun for me to play. With simulation games and even RPGs sometimes, like, there'll be the rules of the game, but then my brain does this other thing where it's like, yes, but what about all of the other rules and standards? And it used to frustrate me and make me really sad because I felt like I wasn't playing games the right way. And then I just realized that I just have fun this way. So I play a little weird. But here, let's plop that so that we can get some landfill up there. Have I done it already before? I have. Not publicly. I played this game for probably a few years, and then I got to the point where I just felt like it wasn't being challenging anymore. I knew how to lay down the roads so that there wasn't too much congestion. I figured out how to get all of the sort of needs figured out, and it just wasn't fun anymore, because it's all well and nice to have like a beautiful idyllic setting, but this is what I'm here for. Oh, look at all of those unhappy people. Why does this make me so happy? This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. Okay, so while I was getting all excited about explaining my funky brain, and just making sure that these guys are going down the hill. Okay, this is going to take a little while, but we will take care of that trash problem. How big was my biggest city? I got to, here, let me look into it real quick so that I can give you an honest answer. Yay! The biggest that I ever got was, got past the tourism specialization, got to the blimp and the metro and the IT cluster. Cable cars, I've had cities with cable cars, had cities with the crematorium. Okay, so the biggest that I ever got with this challenge was 17,000. Well, around 17,000. Different maps sometimes give you slightly different thresholds, but this was the milestone that I had hit, and this 22,000 was what I was trying to get to. So not too big, because they've kind of collapsed upon themselves fairly quickly. But I also have been kind of experimenting in my private play, just with the different thresholds for things and different sort of ways to fix some of the more common problems. And that's why I introduced the kind of every 10 years go back to the start. It gives an organic way for zones and districts to kind of specialize. Yeah, like every now and then you might have to bulldoze whole areas, but the time will come when you go back to that area and revisit it, and boom, like the commercial that always should have been there from the beginning will be most in demand, and then you get this beautiful little city with a story, is kind of how my brain got into it. But my biggest city with just playing without restrictions, I think I maxed it out. I wanna be honest with that, but let me just make sure that these look familiar. Yeah, I unlocked the international airport. So I think it was probably upwards. I think I got really excited when I topped 100,000 people. But then, things were going well and I got bored and I started making messes out of my cities instead. So, so it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. And then I also get really, really, really like way too involved with like making sure that the transportation routes are optimized and like, for example, following around a bus line to making sure that it's getting everybody where they need to go. Also, how is this operating without power? And I also think maybe water. They're going to start complaining about that any second. We'll have to actually get rid of these kind of as we go. I don't like the power lines. You know what? Let me take this from a different way. Oh, and I hope I answered that. Biggest without a challenge was I think over 100,000. I definitely, and actually I'm just gonna pause this for a second. I definitely cleared the last milestone. So it must have been, and I do have a personal memory of getting really excited breaking that 100,000 mark. Um, but nothing too much bigger than that, which is what I'm shooting for with these. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I just got distracted. I was trying to think if I should go into some of my save files that aren't this game and just kind of demonstrate some of the predicaments that you can get into. But this is fun. We got that there. Let me see. They are going to want power. This is just so awkward. I don't. You know what? I think I'm going to have to kind of sneak it around this way. And then as I build over to it, we can get rid of those once there's a continuous. Couldn't figure out how to do zoning. Yeah. If I'm, put it to you this way, if I'm playing it without a kind of challenge and restriction or anything like that, my general rule of thumb is that I do pay attention to the indicator in the bottom right. That, it's your demand indicator. So my kind of cheat for it, I could draw a zone, but it wouldn't auto-play special buildings. Yes. Here you go. Yep. Now my question for you is, how far did you get in? Because with this game, I was a little bit frustrated at first because these unique buildings are kind of where you start to see some of that stuff. Even if all the requirements are hit, no, that's no good. I wonder if your game was glitched or something. That's not good at all. I'm so sorry to hear that. That makes me sad. That's very frustrating. No, you might not have, though. When I get to, I can either, not going to have time for it today. Yeah, I'm like way past that 10 minutes that I was going to give myself 20 minutes ago. I think I am going to wrap up for today a little bit, unfortunately. But I know I'll catch you again, Mick. And when I do, I can either open up a save file that like I'm not doing for stream, and you can just like talk me through what you're trying to do, and we can see if it works differently on mine to tell if your game is glitched. But also a lot of the specialized buildings come into play really late game in this game. So there was a lot that I felt like I was missing right off the bat, that I was like, oh shoot, I just have to play it for 3 months until I can get that building. Of course, I do play on the slow speed. This all goes a lot faster when you've got the time frame sped up. But that gives me anxiety, so I don't do that. Aw, you are so sweet. Hey, Mick, please, enjoy your day. Thank you so much. You made my brain create new synapses and have new thoughts, and I've got a to-do list of things that I want to look into and learn more about after talking to you today. So I just wanted to say thank you, like, specifically for that. That is one of my favorite things to have happen in any given day, is just to kind of have my mind opened and steered in a new direction. So thank you. And secondarily, please, 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 please give your wife a hug for me if that is fine and appropriate with you. I know I haven't talked to her or anything, but I feel a strong sense of just wanting her to be happy and healthy and just having a good day too. Got a lot of got a lot of love for both of you guys, so that makes me really happy. Yeah, and just this is good. This is actually probably the best place to stop when things are starting to get crazy, because then I can just 100% geek out on all of this traumatic living situation. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna save it because I almost didn't last time. Um, yeah, and these here you can kind of see these are my other files that are a little crazy. These are the most recent ones, so we have a few with like 10,000 and stuff. But yeah, then we've got Obey the RCI-ville, Bane of My Existence. Mick, be well. Everybody else, be well as well. And to all of the future people out there that catch this on a stream or whatever, I hope the future's okay. I hope the future is similar or better than the current the current day to day. So everybody take care, stay safe, be good to each other and yourselves. And I'll be back later. Probably tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Okay, live stream. Stop the live stream. Peace out, everybody. Take care. Bye.